You're tired, not just physically, but deep inside, in a place you don't talk about, in a place no one really sees, a quiet heaviness that follows you through the day and sits with you at night. And even when everything around you seems normal, even when people think you're okay, there's this feeling that something is missing, something isn't right, like you've been trying, really trying, but nothing seems to move, nothing seems to change. And you start to question yourself, you start to wonder if maybe you're the problem, if maybe you're not strong enough, not good enough, not meant for more. And those thoughts, they don't come all at once. They come slowly, quietly, until one day you realize they've been living in your mind for far too long. And now you're carrying them everywhere. And it's exhausting, it's heavy, it's draining. And sometimes you just sit there, doing nothing, not because you're lazy, but because you're overwhelmed, because your mind is full, because your heart is tired. And in those moments, it feels like stopping would be easier, like giving up would bring some kind of peace. And maybe you've even thought about it. Maybe you've even come close, but you didn't. You're still here, and that matters more than you understand. Because being here, still standing, still breathing, still trying even when it hurts, even when it's confusing, even when you don't see the results, that is strength, real strength. The kind of strength that isn't loud, that isn't celebrated, but that builds something unbreakable inside you. Something that no failure can destroy, something that no opinion can shake. And I know you don't always feel it. I know there are days when you feel weak, when you feel lost, when you feel like everything is falling apart. But even then, even in your lowest moments, there is something in you that refuses to quit, something that keeps pushing, keeps hoping, keeps believing. Even if it's just a little, even if it's barely there. And that small part of you, that is your power, that is your light. That is the part of you that knows your story is not over, that knows there is more waiting for you. Even if you can't see it yet, even if you don't understand how it will happen. And listen, it's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to feel uncertain, to feel confused, to feel like you're walking through life without a clear direction, because growth is not a straight path. It's messy, it's unpredictable, it's filled with moments that challenge you, that break you, that force you to question everything you thought you knew. But those moments, they are not there to destroy you. They are there to shape you, to build you, to prepare you for something greater, something you can't reach without going through this. And I know it doesn't feel like that right now. I know it feels like you're stuck, like you're going in circles, like nothing is changing. But what you don't see is that something is changing. Something is happening beneath the surface. Something is growing quietly inside you. Something that will one day show itself in ways you can't imagine. And all these moments you're living now, all this struggle, all this confusion, all this doubt, it's not wasted. It's not meaningless. It's part of the process. It's part of your story. It's part of what will make you who you're meant to become. And one day, you will look back at this version of yourself, the one who felt lost, the one who felt tired, the one who kept going even when it was hard. And you will feel proud, not because everything was perfect, but because you didn't quit, because you stayed, because you fought through it, because you believed when it was difficult to believe. And that matters. That matters more than anything. Because success is not about never struggling. It's about continuing despite the struggle. It's about showing up even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't feel confident, even when you don't feel capable. It's about taking small steps when you can't take big ones. It's about choosing to move forward even when everything in you wants to stay where it's safe. And those small steps, they are powerful, they are important, they are enough, because they create momentum, they build progress, they move you closer to where you want to be, even if you don't see it right away, even if it takes time. And yes, it will take time. It won't happen overnight, it won't be instant, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means it's real. It just means it's lasting. It just means it's worth it. And I know you've been patient. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been hoping for a sign, something to tell you that you're on the right path, something to reassure you that all of this effort is not for nothing. And maybe this is that sign. Maybe this moment, right now, is what you needed to hear, what you needed to feel. A reminder that you are not alone, that you are not forgotten, that your journey matters, that your effort matters, that your existence itself has value. Even if you don't see it yet, even if others don't recognize it, it is real, it is important, and you are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to grow at your own pace. You are allowed to figure things out step by step. You don't have to rush. You don't have to compare yourself to anyone else, because your path is yours, your timing is yours, and what is meant for you will come when you are ready. When you are prepared, when you have become the person who can handle it, and that is what you're doing right now. You are becoming, you are evolving, you are transforming, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it's slow, even if it's difficult. And there will be days when you feel like giving up, days when the weight feels too heavy, days when the doubt feels too loud, days when you question everything. But those days do not define you. They are just part of the journey. They are moments, not the end. And what matters is what you do after. What matters is that you get back up, that you try again, that you keep going, even if it's hard, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it feels like you're not making progress. Because every time you choose to continue, every time you refuse to quit, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than your fears, stronger than your doubts, stronger than your circumstances. And that is something no one can take away from you, no matter what happens, no matter what challenges you face, no matter what obstacles stand in your way. That strength is yours. It is part of you. It is who you are becoming. And one day, you will see it clearly. One day, you will feel it fully. One day, you will understand why you had to go through all of this, why it had to be this hard, why it took so long. And when that day comes, you will realize that nothing was wasted, that every struggle had a purpose, that every setback had a lesson, that every moment of doubt was building something inside you that you needed, something that prepared you for what's ahead. And you will be grateful, not for the pain, but for the growth, not for the struggle, but for the strength it gave you. And until that day comes, until everything makes sense, until you see the results you've been working for, all you have to do is keep going. Just keep going, one step at a time, one moment at a time, one decision at a time. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to know exactly how it will all work out. You just need to trust that it will. You just need to trust yourself, trust the process, trust that every effort you make, no matter how small, is moving you forward, is bringing you closer to the life you want, the peace you seek, the person you are meant to become. And even if you feel lost right now, even if you feel tired, even if you feel like you're not enough, remember this. You are still here, you are still trying, you are still moving. And that means something, that means everything. Because as long as you don't quit, as long as you keep going, as long as you keep believing even just a little, there is always a chance for things to change, a chance for things to get better, a chance for you to rise, to grow, to become everything you've been working towards. And you are closer than you think, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if you can't see it yet. You are closer than you were yesterday, closer than you were last week, closer than you were before. And that progress, no matter how small, is real. It matters, it counts, and one day, all of it will add up, all of it will make sense, all of it will lead you to a moment where you look back and realize that everything you went through was worth it, that every step you took, every tear you cried, every time you almost gave up but didn't, it all mattered. It all built the person you are today and the person you are becoming tomorrow. So, don't stop now, don't give up now, not when you've already come so far. Not when you've already proven to yourself that you can survive, that you can endure, that you can keep going even when it's hard. Because that is the kind of strength that leads to something incredible, something meaningful, something real. And your story, it's not over. It's still being written, and the next chapter, the one you're about to step into, could be the one that changes everything. But only if you keep going. Only if you keep believing. Only if you refuse to quit. So take a deep breath, gather your strength, remind yourself of who you are and who you're becoming, and keep moving forward, because your future is waiting for you. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, and everything you've been hoping for, everything you've been working towards, it's still possible, it's still within reach, and you are more than capable of achieving it.